The brand new 4th generation iPhone SE with Apple's own 5G modem has been confirmed by a few analysts recently and is expected to arrive towards the end of the first quarter next year. So likely putting us perhaps around that March timeline, which actually has been previously rumored. The next iPhone SE is expected to look very similar to the iPhone 14, featuring a notch with Face ID, so no home button or Touch ID. And obviously with the last few iPhones, Apple transitioned from Lightning to USB-C, and so the iPhone SE will also have a USB-C port. While the iPhone 14 has a dual lens camera, the SE4 will still include a single lens camera system to keep costs down, but it could have the main 48 megapixel sensor that we've seen in the last few iPhones. Apple may also add that multifunction action button to the iPhone SE, replacing the mute switch. And an action button was first introduced in the iPhone 15 Pro models, and now we have it on the 16 and the 16 Plus and obviously the 16 Pros. And so when the SE4 is ready to launch, it should be available on that as well. So that'll be actually the cheapest device to have the action button, which is pretty cool. So when it comes to the display, this should be one of the biggest areas of improvement. We had a 4.7-inch LCD display in the previous model, and now we can be jumping up to a 6.1-inch OLED display. Now the notch will be present. There's no dynamic island or anything like that. So we are going back a few years, but still, again, a huge improvement from the iPhone SE3 that we currently have. As far as the camera goes, again, Apple will be sticking with just that one single lens. 48 megapixels would be nice of an upgrade, but you won't get an ultra wide or a telephoto lens. So if you're somebody who needs that, you might need to bump up to either a 16 or 16 Pro. Now, when it comes to performance, Apple launched the iPhone SE3 with the A15 chip, which was inside of the latest iPhone 13 at the time. So if this is going to be an entry level into Apple Intelligence, so the cheapest phone to have that, it'll be interesting to see if Apple puts a corresponding A-series chip that can support it. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Apple is rumored to be working on a 5G modem, its own custom one for iPhone, something that they have been doing since 2018. And this would basically allow Apple to no longer have any dependence on Qualcomm, even though Apple recently extended its 5G modem supply agreement with Qualcomm for iPhone launches through 2026. But it looks like one by one models will be able to start transitioning to its own custom 5G modems. But it's unclear whether or not Apple's first 5G modem would unlock any noticeable consumer benefits like faster speeds or anything like that, but it'll be interesting to see where this takes us. Now, the 3rd gen iPhone SE was launched during an online event back in 2022 around March 8th, so it'll be interesting to see if Apple sticks with that same current time frame in 2025. And at that point, the iPhone SE looked a lot like an iPhone 8. And so it had, very outdated bezels, Touch ID home button, Lightning port. All of that will eventually be replaced with the things that we just talked about, but it started at $429, and now we're expecting a little bit of a slight price increase due to all of the new updated tech inside and outside, but hopefully under that $499 mark. And so would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think about the iPhone SE4? Is this something that you're going to pick up? Do you want it to have Apple Intelligence, or could you not really care about that at all? Let me know down in those comments. This is Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.